Hi, everybody. Tonight we have a special guest. We have a couple special guests. One is Tamir Rice, Tamir Rice's mother, who's going to be talking about some of the developments in the case regarding her son. We're talking to Daz Leone, who is the assistant to the director of the upcoming film Judas and the Black Messiah, which will be on HBO Now and in theaters. HBO Now, January 14th. And then we have Kwame Shakura of the Black Liberation Circle. But we're going to be talking tonight about basically justice, systemic justice, and what that means in the Trump era. So I'm going to bring everybody on, well, the post-Trump era. I'm going to bring everybody on so we can have a nice little conversation. How y'all doing this evening?
All right.
Good, thank you.
So we started off as we normally do. We started off, with a nice little run-up conversation where we were talking about, the state of things, where we are when it comes to, just us as a people in this country, systemic justice in this country, police brutality in this country. Ms. Rice, you were talking about your experience over the past 6 years. How have things changed for you? Where do we stand now in regard to seeking justice for your son?
No peace! All right, that's what I'm here to create, no peace. Because that's what's going to happen if I don't get justice for Tamir. You understand?
It's coming.
Everybody's seen Tamir shot less than a second. There was no way that Timothy Loma could have gave Tamir any type of commands. I have a year left to pursue perjury charges on Timothy Loma. As I stated over there, a year left according to the state of Ohio for the statute of limitations. We all know Timothy Loma lied. He lied on his application. He lied about everything. But the reason he got fired was because he lied on his application, not the murder of my son. So I'm asking everybody to put pressure on O'Malley office, Dave Yost, which is the Attorney General, to continue to stand in solidarity with us and follow our committee justice page that we have going on. There will be some instructions in there, what you all can do, what you all can share to put the pressure on Mike O'Malley and Dave Yost, which is the Attorney General. And if I have to go see Mike DeWine, the governor, I'll go see him too. This has not been easy for me. Cleveland, I appreciate when you all do come out and stand up for me, but I need us to get madder. We had 137 shots. We should have really been tearing this city up in some type of way back then, not physically tearing it up, but with these politicians and being up in the mayor's office, the city council, and things like that. We desperately need civilian oversight. So when you all see it come to your neighborhood, please encourage to sign it. Please encourage to sign it. It's going to be coming soon. It's many things many hats that I wear, and I do in the city of Cleveland, as you all know. Like I said, I have my families here. I have my support here. And I'm not playing the games. I'm not fucking around with they ass. You understand? Right. I still have other kids, and my kids is like, Mom, what's going on? I mean, I'm just as puzzled as I'm just as puzzled. I have no answer, so I had to create the pressure, create the uncomfortability. What I'm all about. I give them zero fucks about their attitude and their tears at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, I just thank y'all for coming out under these conditions and standing in solidarity with me. That's the most important thing, to be in unity with one another, so we can get some change that we desperately need in this country. You know what I'm saying? That we need in this country. People are laughing at us and pointing the finger at us. It's almost embarrassing to be a damn American these days. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're not mad about that, you better get mad about something. Especially how they killing black and brown people down here. We gotta exist first. We gotta exist first, y'all. Okay, so I don't know what kind of conversations they had up in the Congress when George Floyd and them went up in there. But if I get my chance to go up in there, they're going to hear it, and I'm not going to play with them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Cease fire on black and brown people first. And that's the first thing of order. Ain't that right, sis? Okay? All right. So I just wanted to let y'all know I have a year left to file the indictment charges on Timothy Loman. As far as the DOJ is concerned, I'm hoping that the new administration reopen the case, look into the case, and give me the answers that I deserve. Their own administration said that it was probable cause to convene a grand jury, but of course the higher ups knocked it down, and they never got in contact with me. I had to find out through through the media, not social media. It was just like a kick in the back, a stab in the heart once again, and they have not, followed no type of procedures according to their federal guidelines. Like, they were supposed to contact me in a quarterly fashion, and they did not do that. They let it run out and run out. I think that it deserves some type of extension, some type of appeal, because the COVID-19 was in place, and there's no way that I could have gotten no answer. And while they talking about there was not a clear vision of the tape in that 15-page report that went out, it was seen all over the world, the 7 continents, and you use your X-ray vision, your enhanced video that you use to enhance everything else, especially when it comes to black and brown people. Use your video. Use your enhanced equipment. You see what happened to my son. Okay, and if anything, y'all scared him. He ain't had shit in his waistband. You scared him. All right? So I just want to thank y'all for coming out. You going to get the truth from me because I'm his mama. Don't listen to what they say. Don't listen to what they say. They gonna always lie. They gonna always lie. Remember, they shoot first, ask questions later. All right. Well, I thank y'all. I got one of my riders here, one of my mamas here, all the way from LA. She seen how hurt I was trying to be on my vacation in Vegas, because I work hard. I got 20 projects going on at once across the country. I don't just got what's going on in Cleveland. I'm going across the country trying to make change. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, when they say Tamir's name, it's a lot of pressure that comes with that. So I have to uphold my son in his most purest way. He was only 12 for 5 months. He was only 12 for 5 months, y'all. So as she seen me hurting in my hotel room, we was out in Vegas. I was trying to enjoy whatever holiday I can enjoy, because I don't enjoy none of them. You know what I'm saying? Since my son's the system destroyed my family, and I mean literally destroyed it. She say, sis, you want to do something? I say, yeah. And she made a call, and she made another call, and now we here. Okay, so they better get with the program, because I'm coming. All right, my sis. Thank you.
Save mine! Save mine!
Tamir Rice!
Save mine!
Tamir Rice!
Save mine!
Tamir Rice!
Save mine!
And where we at right now is everyone seeing that in the DOJ had decided to close the case quietly, as they say, due to a 15-page report came out saying that the video wasn't good, and that was one of the reasons why they closed it. But we know that the video was perfect. The new administration, not the new administration, but the previous prosecutors that was working inside of the DOJ with the prosecutor and the career attorneys and things like that, they wanted to pursue the case. But the hires up, like I believe Jeff Sessions or William Barr, was just sitting on the request and they never answered it. So that's how they say it quietly got closed, and then the whistleblower got in contact with with the media, and then the media got in contact with my attorney. That's basically how it went. So as far as on a federal level, I am having my attorneys write some letters, request those memos and them reports to apply pressure to the state prosecutor, which is the state prosecutor in Cleveland, Ohio, is Mike O'Malley. Um, it's a 6-year statute of limitations still left. We have to December of next year to try to get charges on Timothy Loman for obstruction of justice, perjury, because we all know that he never asked Tamir to put his hands up, or he told Tamir to put his hands up because his own partner stated that the window was rolled up. And so we already know, I had told them at the DOJ they need to use their enhanced equipment to look at the video, because across the 7 continents seen the video crystal clear. I don't know how you all didn't. So it's a lot of things still lies within that, within Tamir's case. We're working diligently. Let me just tell you that we're working diligently. One of my attorneys need to have a conversation with the prosecutor, and that's what I'm waiting to hear on right now with the state prosecutor. And I'm waiting on the DOJ to, see if they're going to have a conversation with me. As far as, it's a lot of things that play in place, especially with the COVID-19 coming in. I don't know how any decisions was made because all the courts was supposed to be on pause. That's number one. Number two is, I think they set on the case, didn't answer it. They let the statute of limitations run out purposely. I think I deserve an appeal with the new administration for them to view this. Since the last 2-3 administrations and none of the other attorney generals reached out to me, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder. No, I have not talked to none of them. Obama, I haven't talked to any of them people, from the last administration. So with this new administration coming in, let's see what they're going to do. And I hope that these people hold their feet to the fire, the Black people that got them in, all of the people that got them in, not just Black people, all the people that got them in should be tired of this country being in distress and allowing the white supremacy to commit genocide on American people, so American citizens. So that's where my case is, just to keep the pressure on, waiting to hear from folks. I got like 60 days before I start making some noise again.
Okay. I want us. We talk a lot about liberation, what things will look like in that great day when we reach the top of the mountain and Malcolm and Martin are there, holding hands. We talk about that all day long. However, when it comes to revolution, there isn't a real discussion about what that looks like. When we're talking about a Fred Hampton revolution, that's a little bit different than a Nat Turner revolution. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being what it is, what are we talking about in regard to actually acting on a revolutionary agenda? What does that mean? At what point does our complaining become theater? You better don't kill another one of us, or there's gonna be problems. All right, you killed that one, but if you kill one more, there's gonna be problems. Well, okay, you killed those two, but if you kill a third person, there's gonna be problems. And we act like that over and over again. At what point does that become just? That's what the Black people always say when we kill them. It
becomes a reality once we start to institutionally build towards Black liberation. Like I was on here last time and I told you that we need our own schools. At the end of the day, these schools are not even designed. They're designed to keep us slave-minded. It's designed to keep us tap dancing. So we have to have our own institutions that's going to be geared towards Black liberation and self-sufficiency when we develop a population. We always talk about a mass line, meaning that we go to the grassroots and we try to develop them into being the leaders themselves as well. You know what I'm saying? This is the mistake in the past when we had this talented chimp mentality where the smart 10% of the black people was gonna lead all the other black people, and this created like one person leaderships. That once they knocked them down, it was over with. You know what I'm saying? That movement fell to the wayside. We have to reproduce leadership through political education, through institutionalizing this, where if you knock down one, the next person is stepping up because they already have the political education, the experience, the boots on the ground to know how to take on leadership roles and stuff. We have to reproduce leadership by institutionalizing it. So that's really the way forward when we talk about how do we make this a reality. Well, we do so also by understanding that at the end of the day, when we educate the people, we're educating them to recognize that this system actually is always going to work like this. And we got to get rid of this flag mentality that we had for 400 years, where we want to assimilate into a white supremacist culture that will never accept us. And for us to wrap our mind around that for the first time is only going to come when we start to inform each other about the real legacy of this country and how it relates to black and brown people, even across the world. It's never been a country about freedom and democracy. When we look at the history of even how, and this just be real brief, but this put it in context though, of why this system is always going to be like this. When we look at the 1884 Berlin Conference, when they went over that and they divvied up Africa, and you had a person like King Leopold that killed between 10 million and 15 million Africans. Genocide. But this came from their insatiable appetite, in his case, for rubber and ivory. But all the other those colonial powers that went over there to dominate Africa and divvy it up, it came from economic motivation of the system, which came from their mother colonial country. That's why when we see over here in the United States, we see the same policy carried out against our black and brown community over here. The genocide that y'all was creating over there is the same type of genocide y'all doing domestically to the same population of people that look like those people across the sea. Because y'all see, maintaining white supremacy is what y'all gonna do at any means necessary. This is what this Donald Trump legacy leaves behind. It showed us what this system really is. All these white people that voted for Donald Trump, that's the real face of America. It ain't about brotherhood and freedom and equality. Those are the true representatives of this system. And if this is the reality of the situation, it's going to come to head where we're going to have to take back. You know what I'm saying? And not allow no more where we're going to be subjugated to this genocide that's being carried out against our community. But it starts with us. It starts with us. Not the Democrat or Republican Party.
Based off of what you saw on set and the history that you delved into in the making of Judas and the Black Messiah, and these calls for unity and can we all get along with people who are unapologetically racist? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings on that? Is that possible? Can we come together? Can we reconcile?
Short answer is no, but we can definitely take education from them in a way that's more progressive towards our empowerment and our narrative. And if we build the infrastructure of positive education in a progressive way that's proven to be advancement for the community, then I think that it's not a bad thing to hold those conversations, dig out of it what you can, and build resources out of those narratives, even if it's as complicated as figuring out what it means to actually make changes within the Senate and the government. That doesn't necessarily mean, joining Senate or government or state or anything like that, but it does mean pushing influence and building relationships with those people that are involved in those things and pushing that forward. At the end of the day, I personally don't think that that's alone going to save shit. I think it's going to be the technology revolution that we're all being delegated right now in a way that currently is promoting capitalism, but will eventually promote this process to where as much as we're domesticated and as much as we're so introverted with our own initial selves and behind our own eyes so much, we're gonna find a way in a world to formulate and manifest an outcome that we become more of a resource than a priority, because of the fact that we're gonna realize our realness. It's gonna take a lot of fucking time, but I don't think that we need white people, and I don't think that we need big business, and I don't even think that we need CNN, the news, and all these people to care if we build these same infrastructures ourselves within like a powerful resource within working together. And that's why a rainbow coalition of integrity that's built now should be built on a technology revolution, to where someone can learn about entrepreneurship or whatever they can to build the resources to find the lawyers and shit like that are available to them, because they just don't have the resources there. If we all had a network and we were able to contribute, and it was like this network that we're on right now, but people could say what they want and say, oh, you need this? I know this person that's already had this background. But it was a more connected network that wasn't built by white capitalists to push forward a narrative or market. We'd be in better hands. And I think that that's eventually where we're going to get to as we become more independent as a people. But we do need each other and each other's information to do that shit.
The Illinois Black Panther Party.
Repeat after me. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary. I am a revolutionary.
You're looking at 18 months for the stolen car, 5 years for impersonating a federal officer, or you can go home.
The Black Panthers are forming a rainbow coalition of oppressed brothers and sisters of every color.
Their aim is to sow hatred and inspire terror.
I will learn all that I can.
These ain't no terrorists.
You can murder a liberator, but you can't murder liberation. You can murder a revolutionary, but you can't murder revolution.